The Amazing Nerdiverse is brought to you by Monster Comics, where they got what you need to feed the monster in you.
So the Oscar nominations are in, and I couldn't care any less. Why, you ask? Yet again, the great comedians of our time go unrecognized. Year after year, they get passed by, not just passed by, but ignored altogether. And who wins? Usually big, boring movies that I will never see because I don't care, and I am poor and cheap. In Hollywood, is Hollywood out of touch? I say yes. Over the past few years, not only has the quality of comedies improved, but they have been making a profit. I mean, come on, Anchorman, everyone associated with that film deserves an Oscar, because that was hilarious. It was funny. This year, Superbad should have cleaned house, and Hot Fuzz walked away without Best Foreign Comedy, but not one nomination. Juno actually got some nods, but that's one comedy. Where's the love, Hollyweird? Good writing. Sci-fi also failed to get nominations, but to be fair, they usually aren't that amazing. I mean, they kind of gave the new Star Wars movies awards to keep George Lucas from having a hissy fit. What was I saying? Listen, I forgot what I was talking about, so, Parents, are you concerned that your kids may be spending too much time playing video games? Well, last December, Microsoft added a new feature to the Xbox 360 console that enables parents to have more control over the time that their children spend playing. The feature called Family Timer was added and automatically downloaded to all the 360 consoles that are connected to the internet. If you don't have an internet connection, join the entire world. The feature will also be available for download through the new game bought in all retail stores. Parents will be able to set a maximum amount of time that a child may play in a daily or weekly time frame. When the kids are drawing in on the shut-off time, the game will let them know with a series of warnings. At shutdown time, the system will offer the gamer 3 options: add more time, suspend time, or shut down the console. If the gamer chooses one of the first 2 options, there will be a required password set by the parents. So, parents, once the feature update is loaded onto the console, all you have to do is access the Systems section of the Xbox 360 main menu and select Family Settings, Console Controls, and then Family Timer. You're not going to find any of that anyway, so I might as well not have said any of it. Also, if parents feel that their child deserves a little more playtime for good behavior, they can add more time. So kids, you buy a new game and run out of time, if you buy a new game and you run out of time before you finish that last level, you might want to be good and help mom with the dishes, or help dad change the oil or pay the bills. You'll get an extra hour of playtime. On a side note, parents,
you can always decide to enable
or disable, one of those, I don't remember. You can play Halo 3 if you want. When the kids are away, you can take the timer off. So, we want to know how you feel about this new development. Are you for it? Do you think that parents should be able to set a limit that their kids play video games? Log on to ieTVinc.com and let us know. I might not be working here, because I can't read. Peter Jackson really messed up. That ever happened to you? Peter Jackson recently announced he would be producing two new Hobbit movies, but not directing. And the rumors have been flying as to who would direct these much-anticipated films ever since. Aside from Spider-Man director Sam Raimi, Hellboy director Guillermo del Toro has thrown his name into the hat as well. Although nothing is official yet, however, early rumblings indicate del Toro, who just finished up Hellboy 2, is the frontrunner for the job, which would be awesome. Cloverfield, the mysterious movie that many have been waiting for, finally hit theaters last month and is already breaking box office records. On opening day, the film took in $18.5 million.
25 million, my bad. And at the end of the week, grossed...
Slow that down a bit. 41 million?
41? Nothing? Nobody?
Anyway, it was the best opening weekend in January, and it's still going strong. With box office success such as this, it is no wonder that rumors have already been circulating that a sequel could be in the future. The movie, which revolved around a group of friends filming the video... revolved around a group of friends filming the going-away party of their friend Rob while a monster attacked New York City. Classic. When asked about the possibility of a sequel, director Matt Reeves stated, "Only time will tell. While we were on the set making the film, we talked about the possibilities and directions of how a sequel can go. The fun of this movie was that it might not have been the only movie being made that night. There might have been another movie, In today's day and age of people filming their lives on iPhones and handycams, uploading it onto YouTube. That was the kind of exciting thinking about that. After months of build-up, which started when the unnamed trailer debuted before Transformers, which was also an awesome movie, fans as well as critics believe that the movie lived up to the hype and has received solid reviews all around. This is a big secret, we actually have a teaser trailer for Cloverfield 2, The Reckoning. This time, it's personal.
Enjoy.
I think the writers are getting lazy. It really says intro it yourself. We can't think of anything, so yeah, they spelled it without an H. In common things, they say, no, now really, intro it yourself, you bum. Good. Superman 2, The Man of Steel, and Justice League of America are still on the back burner. As earlier reported, the DC hasn't been able to strike a deal with the WGA and get movies back into production. So for the time being, projects have been shelved. The Man of Steel was already in trouble. Bryan Singer, the first film's director, wasn't sure if it was coming back for the sequel, and the studio wasn't sure if they wanted Brandon Routh to return as Superman. The writers spelled it S-U-P, that means sup. They spelled it wrong. As for the JLA, the first cast release had internet community on a buzz. Most people felt that it was poor of choice, and the main roles just sucked. So, DC, if you get things square with the WGA, you still have work to do. Get these highly anticipated films off the ground and into the movie pictures. Everyone's favorite drunken driver, Lindsay Lohan, will be forced to work in a morgue as part of her punishment for her misdemeanor of drunken driving. She has already spent 2 months in rehab and has done a bit of community service, according to Lohan's attorney. She is required to spend 2 4-hour days working in a morgue as part of the court-ordered program to show drivers the real-life consequences of driving under the influence. She is also required to work 2 days in an emergency hospital room. Lohan was arrested twice last year on DUI charges and pleaded guilty in August to misdemeanor drunken driving as well as cocaine charges. As part of her plea, she has already served 84 minutes in jail. Poor baby. How will the world move on? Those of you gamers out there who were hoping to have your miss on one of the most anticipated games for the Nintendo Wii, Super Smash Bros. Brawl are obviously very disappointed. On the game's official website, game developer, some Japanese guy, announced that due to delays in the game's completion, the release date was moved from February 10th to March 9th, a full month later. Sorry gamers, you're gonna have to stock up on those Doritos and Mountain Dew. This would be the second time that the game has been delayed. The first time it was pushed back in February after the developers failed to meet their strict holiday deadline last December. In a recent interview with MTV, director David Fincher, who directed movies like Alien 3, 7, and Fight Club, stated that he has interest in doing a musical version of Fight Club. Awesome. He also said that one of the things I want at the 10-year anniversary is to do Fight Club as a musical on Broadway. I love that idea, is what he said. I love that idea too. There have been talks of turning this into a Broadway musical as far back as 2004. Back then it was announced that novelist Chuck Palahniuk, who wrote the novel of which the 1999 film was based off of, was developing the musical with Fincher and Nine Inch Nails. Trent Reznor, frontman of Nine Inch Nails, has written the songs. Flight Club, the film, as well as the novel, is a pretty complex story, so I can't even begin to imagine how this will come to be. Either way is a very interesting idea.
I should learn how to
Read.
I'm anxious to see what comes of this project. Earlier today, one of my many informants that I have around the world leaked me some unusual pictures of the Red Menace Mars. I've been watching our looming neighbor for many a year now, and this new footage has me concerned. More than concerned, in fact. I think we need to up the show's terror level from moderate to moderately concerned, which I am. So here's some video footage. If I didn't know any better myself, I would say that's Bigfoot. Bigfoot on Mars. Bigfoot plotting with the Martians. Spooky. This does not bode well for any of us. Can you imagine an army of half Martian, half Bigfoots invading the Earth? We are certainly doomed. Doomed. I highly recommend we strike first. I will not be made a fool. burn the northern woods, and nuke Mars. It's the only way we can stop the Martian Sasquatchian threat. Our only hope is that we can somehow outbrain these brutes. God bless. Thanks for tuning in.